Hello, everybody. In Eastern philosophy, there is a way that there's a way that is suggested to uh, judge, I guess you could say, or maybe check the validity of any kind of teaching or writing. And that method consists of three parts, I guess you could say. The first part would be the actual writing itself, the teaching. And in this short video, I'll compare it to something we could probably all relate to, and that would be like, let's say, a recipe that you might use to cook a cake, or, well, just any dish, actually. And the first part, the writing, would be the actual recipe. When you look at the recipe, is it something that you can follow? Does it have the appropriate measurements? Do you have access to the flour and the eggs and everything that goes into enacting this recipe, I guess you could say. So the card that's got the writing on it would be the first way that you would judge or check the validity of this teaching, okay? Then the second thing that you would do to check the validity or judge, if you will, this teaching, this writing, would be the theory behind the writing. For example, when it says to measure, 1 cup of flour and crack 2 eggs, etc., does it make sense? Is it something that you can actually do? Like when you put the flour into the eggs, do they mix together, or does it just turn into poisonous gas and blow up or something? I know that's ridiculous, but you get the idea. And so number one, you look at the writing itself. Is it something you can do? Number two, you look at the theory or the practice behind the writing. Is it, when you put it together, does it go together the way that the writing says it will? When you put it in the oven at 325 or 425 degrees, whatever, does it start to cook? Does it start turning, is the theory behind this writing valid? Does it work? Well, actually, number 3 is the one where you say what you might call the result of this writing and this theory and this practice. When you put the flour together with the eggs and the vanilla extract and the whatever it is that you use, when you follow this teaching, this writing, when you put it together, the actual result at the end, do you come up with something that just looks like a mess and tastes like crap and you have to throw it in the trash? Or does it actually really produce a great tasting cake or a casserole? Is it something that you enjoy? Is it good? Does it or does it make you sick and make you throw up? So what it all boils down to is the actual result at the end. And so a teaching, a philosophy, a religious practice, no matter what it is, if we look at it from the standpoint of these 3 things, the actual writing, the theory or practice behind the writings, or involved with the writings and the teachings, and then most importantly at the end, do you end up with the result that you set out to get? Is it something that benefits you in your life and that you can use on a regular basis to improve your life or to help you to be a happier person or a better person? And so it's taught in Eastern philosophy that if you use these 3 things to check the validity of something, that without question, you should probably end up with something that is worthwhile, that it would be worth your time and your effort to be consistent with and to follow. Or actually, it might lead you to conclude that no, this doesn't really work, and it's not something that I want to put my time and effort into doing because it doesn't work. So anyway, like I said, a very short video, and hopefully this is something that will benefit anybody who watches it. And if you are considering following a recipe or joining a philosophical group or just doing anything in your life, test it with these 3 things, but most importantly, test it with number 3. Does it work for you? Is it valid, or is it just something that is just there because it's been around forever and doesn't really have any validity in the real world in the current day times? So anyway, hopefully this is beneficial to anyone who watches it. Thank you for watching.